Hello everyone and welcome to RNG University. On tonight's episode, we revisit our spooky, scary skeletons. So I wanted to try out this deck, which is the highest win rate on the skeleton metas, or I should say of all the skeleton decks out there. And I don't know about that, because when I look at this deck, right, I saw Cult Conscript, which it might be an aggro card, and it might think, hey, it can come back if a non-skeleton creature die, but we don't have non-skeleton creatures in the deck other than Gisa and the things she brings back. And at that point, I don't think I care as much about Cult Conscript. Forsaken Miner definitely comes back with Crime, and Tinybones is a legendary. You can't cast more than one in play, so I didn't know how this deck was supposed to work. It does seem like it just took all the cards that says Skeleton, threw that in the deck, and just say, go. And I didn't know if it will work or not, but on the arena stats, it seems to have us almost, was it a 56% win rate, which is a lot. So yeah, I wanted to try this out, and try it out I did. So let me talk about this whole deck, right? In the early game, let me take those cards aside. Actually, this is a good one-drop temple play. So in the early game, we do have one mana in terms of the Tinybones Joins Up. But along with that, we got 12 other one-drops that are actually creatures. We have 4 Cult Conscript, 4 Forsaken Miner, 4 Tinybones the Pickpocket. So we definitely have turn 1 plays. And then turn 2, we have Case of the Stash Skeleton to hopefully, get a Suspected Skeleton to attack with. Suspected Skeletons cannot block, but they do have Menace, which means that our opponent needs 2 creatures to block our skeleton. And if they do, we get to Diabolic or Demonic Tutor, which is Demonic Tutor in standard will be pretty good, right? So that is what the early game does. Now, of course, we want to turn 3 land Corpse of the Lost, which pumps all of our skeletons, give them all haste, and we also get a 2/2 skeleton on top of that to also gain haste, or to also attack with haste. And at the end of the turn, if we have to send it, which means if any of our permanent cards hit the graveyard, we can pay 1 life to return Corpse of the Lost to our hand, so that we can do it again next turn, and then we can keep recycling that whenever we what's that called again? Descend. That's pretty good 3-drop ability. No 4 mana cost cards. We have a 5 mana cost card in terms of 4 Gisa. Gisa the Hellraiser is supposed to be very good combo with the vampire with a skeleton deck, because what she does is whenever we crime, we get a 2/2 black zombie or 2/2 black zombie rogues, but she pumps all of the skeletons and zombies by 1, right? So she's a lord of zombies and skeletons, and also she's got ward 2 and pay 2 life. So if an opponent wants to remove Gisa with a targeted removal, they have to pay a lot of mana and a lot of life. Now, on top of that, we can crime pretty often with this deck. We got 8 removal and 4 cut down and 4 go for the throw. We also have crime in terms of Tinybones and Tinybones. Right, Tinybones, when we attack and not blocked, well, we get to target a card in the opponent's graveyard. That is a crime. And when we just have Tinybones in play, after that we play Gisa, that triggers Tinybones' second effect whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield, which is a crime. We also have Sandstorm Verge and Field of Ruin to add on to that crimes. So there's a lot of crime trigger with this deck, and that's how it helps Gisa. And that's the whole idea of this deck. And then of course, because we want to be able to cast Gisa, which is a 5 mana card, we have 24 lands total in the deck. 19 Swamps, 1 Takenuma, 2 Field of Ruins, and 2 Sandstorm Verge. This way, we will be able to cast our Black Pip cards. I could not afford to have more than 2 Field of Ruin because all these are 1 mana black pips, so then we want to be able to cast 2 on the next turn and so on and so forth, right? It's a little bit tricky, but I think it can work, and that is how this deck runs. It's got a lot of aggressive plays, but other than that, we really don't have any sustainability. We have a lot of removals. Let me put the removals over here. We have a lot of removals, a lot of aggressive plays, not a lot of lands that does stuff, and hopefully we can kind of just aggro through and kill our opponent. So really, that's all I got. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is the Acheron number 5. We're gonna go first, this time with creatures and lands. And well, let's see how we can fuck this up. You're not a cowboy, you're a vampire. This house is not big enough for the one of you. Okay. There's a case. Veldin. Oh, you wanna race? Now, 3 mana is where it gets scary, so maybe I'll hold back the Corpse of the Lost for the time being. Cult Conscript is gonna come and play tapped anyways. So I'm holding back the Corpse of the Lost so that I can go for the throw a big creature. Should I need it? You never know. Brass Forge. Let's get rid of that. Felden fella. That way, at least we're playing on curve. I get a cut down, can't use that, but there's 9 damage to the dome. Actually, no, it's 12 damage to the dome. Down to 2. You want to burst me from 17? Squee, okay. And then you quit. GG. I guess it wasn't big enough for the 2 of us. Alright, our opponent is Ace Dia. We're gonna go first. Maybe. Let's find out. Got some removal, some creatures. This is coming to play tap, so I'm gonna play this first over this Miner. Lunarch Veteran. Doubt he's gonna block. Do I cut down a Veteran? It is life gain, right? You know what? Since I did draw a Swamp, let me get rid of that Veteran. There we go. Humans. Thalia time? Probably Thalia time, right? No. No Thalia. I get a case. Adeline? 3 mana. What can 3 mana get? Probably Adeline? I don't know what other 3 mana. There's a lot of 2 mana creatures, but since he didn't play it, I'm thinking 3 mana Adeline. But he could have Brutal Cathar too. But of course, the Brutal Cathar will kill my skeleton. But if I didn't play a skeleton last turn to hold up, go for the throw, I wouldn't have the suspected skeleton anyway. So none of that matters. Opponent ropes. That is Arena Experience 101 here. One of the most frequent set words, set phrases on Arena is your opponent goes first, and then the second most frequently said phrase is opponent ropes, because that's that, yeah. This is how I feel. This lady is how I feel right here. Ah. All right, 2 go for the throats. Guess we'll just do damage like this, 1 by 1. And I guess a win is a win. Black Lotus. You spent all this money on your Arena experience. You couldn't afford to play it. Or, you know, pay for a stable internet so you can play the game. Again, this face. This is our opponent's face. This is my face. Yeah. What in tarnation? You just explode, please. Just explode. My God, this rope burns so slow. I mean, I missed the Hearthstone rope where it's like a whole screen, so you can see the pacing. This is just a little dot right here, and our opponent explodes. Right? No, that's the second rope. Discards his Thalia. Okay, he definitely just is out. Thank God I draw a lethal. Alright, get out of here. Alright, our opponent is Wolf. Buddy, you spelled wolf wrong. It's a W. Opponent goes first. Yeah, most frequently said phrase. 1 drop, 2 drop, removal. We'll see. If they're just the freaking lethal demolition deck, then we can't stop that. But at least they're not. Oh, it'll be funny if they cut down the miner. They do cut down the miner? Wow. Alright. Free value for us. You gonna bat us? Against mono black, you gotta be careful with how you use Go for the Throw. Because you would definitely want to hit Shieldra and Aclazat, but, you know. Let's see if we can even get there. So this is whenever you commit a crime, you pay black to bring it back. If they play a creature, I get to commit a crime. Thank you. Like, I don't understand what this is for. So I want to cut this down and bring back my miner. Maybe I just do that. But if I'm doing that, I don't have to do that right now. Gigs. Yep. Come on now. Alright. How do I want to get rid of Gigs? Definitely playing a land here. Definitely want to go for the throw Gigs, so I will do that. That way I have the tempo on. I know I said the other way, but now he has to fight Tinybones and think about how to, you know, get tempo on board. Hero's Downfall. Alright, so that's what we're playing against now. Hero's Downfall opponents. Didn't need to do this first. Could have attacked first. Alright, hold up Takenuma. Eventually I might be able to bring back Tinybones. Oof. That's a real oof here. That's a land too. Luckily, our skeleton is suspected. Now what are we doing here? Takenuma out 1 card. Evolve Sleeper. It grows that. Yep. So I could have tried to cut it down when it was a 1-1, but he can just grow that again, and then grow that a second time to get in a 3-3, then I won't be able to cut it down. Right now that he paid 1 mana into it, he has to pay 2 to grow into a 3-3, and he doesn't have another mana to grow into another 3-3. No attacks. I could cower. I got Tinybones. Oh boy, so I could attack, but it would just double block. Then I have to kill the Evolved Sleeper. If I do, then I have to deal 2 damage to the Phyrexian Obliterator. Right? I guess we'll Cult Conscript. Just go wide. Also go Tinybones. I have to sack 2 things. It's suspected. I'm all gonna deal to the Evolved Sleeper here. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Yep, now I gotta sack 2 things, huh? I've solved the case. Well, the cards in his graveyard that I would like to get back. Exile a creature I can... Oh, okay. What? Yeah? What's next? Ropes. Ropes is fine too, I guess. Wolf, maybe you're too busy looking for your W key. Alright, there goes my Tinybones. There might be something. Might be, but not really. Because, just gonna get a go for the throw here. Will probably help. Go for its throw, and I will pay 1 to get 1 back. I don't think I can race. Right? Oh man, that's a nice top deck. Do they want an underdog or do they want to grow it? That's a good question, right? I think they want to grow it. No, they underdog me. I can't block, they draw a card, but that's about it. That means that their 1/1 is also just dead. I could have drawn a lot of good cards there, but instead I drew a land. Gonna hold it and surprise him. They just keep top decking good cards. I can't block and suspect it. Just got a cut down? Here we go. Alright, I have a cut down. Let's attack first. This Graveyard Trespasser is gonna block. He is gonna block, right? It would be dumb of him not to block. Hey, maybe I sneak through 2 damage. No, he blocks. Cannot sneak through 2 damage. But at least I stop him from drawing a card. Let's bring him back. There's no crime I can commit here, right? Playing that extra land. I already don't have Takenuma. So, yeah. I'm just gonna hold it. Oh, it'd be so funny if he trespasses me. Hero's Downfall, just so that he can exile it. Okay. You exiled the card. I got Gisa. It's pretty grand. Down to 4. He's gonna have to pay 2 life to kill Gisa. Does he top deck the right card? Underdogs? I don't think that's the right card. Yeah, I don't think that's the right card there. I go down to 1. Does he have a Tinybones? You just top deck Tinybones Join Up and kill me? No, he does not. Draws a card here. Cannot pay for the ward and dies. Yes! Ah, mono back mirrors. It is what it is. Alright, our opponent is Cryo Gink. Okay. We do not go first. Hopeless Nightmare. So it's that deck. You discard a card too. 2 can play in that game. There's a Pixie. I'll discard my other miner. Swamp. Cool. I needed that. Cut down your Pixie. Pay 1. He's back. Another Pixie. Well, I don't think I'm ever getting Gisa back. Right? That's gonna cost 5 lands. Yeah, it's never happening. Oh, well, didn't matter there. So I don't think he's gonna block. No blocksies. Can commit a crime here. Yep. Take that. Maybe you'll sack your Hopeless Nightmare and quit the game. Tithing Blade, huh? I wonder what I'm gonna sack. Block the Tinybones. This costs 3, right? Yeah, I need 4 mana just to activate that. Liliana.
When one of your friends has to leave.
Probably got a removal. Look, it's a crime. Enjoy. Hey, a flanker. Well, Gisa happened to work. Guardian of Gear 4. Flicker the Tithing Blade. Yeah. It's gonna come back. And now it's active. Do I just do this again? I just make him not block. 1 card in hand, huh? So I can make him not block. I can make him discard a card first. I'll keep the new one. Thank you very much. That's a crime. Discard your last card. I can also pay to get these back, right? That's pretty good. Face? Is face the place? You can discard a card. Really is. I don't have a card for him to discard into. Just takes it. Goes down to 7. Take that! Stupid Orzhov. I hate that deck so much. It seems so good. Look at our opponent's start, right? They got the Dream Opener with Hopeless Nightmare into Pixies, into another Pixies, making me discard 3 cards. Alright, our opponent's gonna be the Darkness. The cute one or the dark one? You go first. Alright, we are the cute one. Hello. Let's go in and play tapped. Red Kumano. Alright, so we're not gonna get anywhere with the control aspect. We just gotta go all in. Tinybones you. We're definitely not getting to 5 lands in Gisa. Oh, wait, never mind. That is not what I expected. But they got Kumano, so they're definitely a fast deck. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. NT. Can attack through an NT. Helix. Always War Leader's call. He's letting me do that? I don't have 4 land. I could have played a 4th land. I guess that's also why he let me do it. Alright, I have 1 chance to draw Gisa top deck. That might save me, but that's about it. Another Kumano. And then an Intrepid Adversary, which is funny. Oh. I did draw it. So do I want to Gisa? Gisa's pretty good, right? It pumps all my skeletons. Alright. Do I go in for a 2? He can block with the etching. This is Menace. Oh, they're all Menace now. So I'll hold back Tinybones because he can block. This guy also can block, right? So just a creature that cannot block. Bunnycorn. That's an old ass Boros deck. That's interesting. But you know, doesn't really quite work. Right? 4, he can block 2 creatures. How's he gonna get through all this? Can I get Geological Appraiser? 2, 3, 4, 5. You can block 2. Let's get this into. Do I need this to go in? To cast an Appraiser? Yeah. That's also a crime. Menace. Menace is a real hell of a spell. Or ability. Really? That can't be right. There you go. Alright, so let's see. I'll kill the 4/2. And I'll kill the 3/3. Gains the 4 life. I can Kumano. Kumano does 1 damage, right? I can also Adversary. I don't gain any life, but I have a lifelink blocker. I can also Geological Appraiser into a 3. What kind of 3-drop can I get? Go for the throw or cut down. That's also pretty good, right? Just having a blocker here is good enough, I think. That's a Tinybones. I'll keep the untapped one. Thank you very much. You take 1. I have 3 legendaries? Oh, no, I just didn't play a land this turn. I was gonna say, I don't think I have 3 legendaries. War Leader's Call again, not 15 damage, so GG. 3 attacks, discards a card, pumps the Bunnycorn. Alright, let's see. I'll block here, and I'll block the 5. I'll take your 4. This is trample? Oh, this is trample. Okay. I did not think that it was trample. Almost died. They have a freaking R for ward. I mean, for reach and for ward. For trample, it's a little ticker here. Still dead. Good enough. Alright, our opponent is the Jest one. Shirley, you jest. I'm serious. Don't call me Shirley. You go first. Tinybones? Fine. I do need to get the 5 lands because Tinybones join up with Gisa is a crazy combo. But that is a late game combo. I don't know how the skeleton tag is meant to get there. I don't know if we're even gonna play this game. Our opponent is still brain dead. And it's Outlaws. Right, this is the Thunder Junction sleeve. I don't even know how you get the sleeve. Pay money. Alright, we got a roper here. Opponent ropes. Their pet is here. Oh, should not have given a choice. Delaney. Case. Another. Does he have a removal? Is he afraid of the Tinybones? He shouldn't be. I really can't do anything. I guess I can get back his Delaney, right? So now the question is, do I corpse to the loss? Pumps my Tinybones, or I can get his Lunarch Veteran, which is funny. If I attack, yeah, right? It feels such a waste of to go for the throw. But if I corpse to the lost, he definitely will try to gain life from the Lunarch. So I can get a Lunarch this turn, which I mean, that's not what this deck is doing. You should block. But maybe he doesn't. He doesn't block, he takes 5. I can't really, you know. Can't cast it. Costs 3. It's not, you don't get it for free. That would be broken. One mana, 1/1, it gets it for free. That's better than Ragavan. As we speak, Tinybones is not as good as Ragavan. Inspiring Overseer. How very inspiring. He gains 3 life. Yeah, I don't think he's going to attack. He's looking at the Corpse to the Lost, thinking what to do. Alright, we can commit a crime here, but I don't think that crime is worth it. There's only 3 drops in a graveyard, so just go for the regular attack. Double blocks. That does mean I have to send it, right? So that's pretty good. I don't want to show the Verge, so let's drop the Swamp. We'll take action to bring it back. Whatever he plays this turn dies to go for the throw, hopefully. And then Gisa will get him. Gisa with the Tinybones. I can't believe it. 5 mana combo. And an aggro deck. Or a turn 5 combo. Anyways, we wait. We gotta wait for our opponent to rope. Whenever we have a good hand, we always have a bad opponent. That's my experience. 1000% of the time. A case. LSL core. That is not artifact. Verge. Gisa. I crime you. You should thank me. I milled your swamp. Alright, Sandstorm Verge is constant combo with Gisa, so every turn we get a 2/3/3s. That's broken. He can't kill Gisa unless he has another land and go for the throw, and then he has to pay 2 life on top of that. That's the whole turn. That's not that bad. Okay, voice is not very good, but he does solve the case. The case has been solved. So I can Sandstorm Verge the voice. Do I need to do that? I don't think so, right? If I Corpse of the Lost here, can he afford not to block? I don't get 3/3s if I do that. No, I do. Yeah, I'm gonna press that. His voice will probably have to block. Wow, he just takes it and dies. Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me talk about what I was thinking here. So I thought his voice was gonna block, and if he does block in response, I will cut down the Inspiring Overseer, which would trigger Gisa, and I'll give him 2 more 3/3s. But the voice, he's not going to block here or here. That's not smart. And if he doesn't block, he takes 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He takes 18. I'll get that at the end of the turn. Anyways, I'll cut this down so that I'll get more 3/3s. So he'll take 18, go down to 6, and I have a full board. That's what I think. All right, so that's all I got. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all of those games, how did you feel? This deck is supposedly going to get you 55.9% win rate. Now, how I play this out, I feel like it probably got there towards the end, but in the early few games, it was really a struggle because this deck just dies to Boros. The Boros Convoke is faster in this deck. They somehow always go first. I don't know. They paid the devil on the arena or something, but they always get to go first. And if they go wide, right, this deck cannot handle a deck that goes wide. We try to go wide ourselves, but we have to wait till turn 5 to land Gisa, and by then we'd be pretty dead. So yeah, this deck dies to Boros pretty often. Any other control deck, we do have a lot of recursion that stops them, and we have Gisa to kind of overwhelm the board against temple decks. So I do think you will get a sustainable win rate, and I don't think it's a bad deck in any way whatsoever. But it is mono black, so it falters to a lot of the mono black issues in that it has no other color to make up for its pitfalls. It does not remove artifacts. It does not remove enchantments. It does not remove wide boards because we're aggro, so we don't have Gig's command. So with all of that, I do think this is another deck that if you like playing aggro, this deck could work. And you know, it's very satisfying to land Gisa on a board with Tinybones Joins Up, and so you see a lot of the games. But unless we have that kind of combo going, this deck really doesn't do much. So this is the heart of the deck, believe it or not. This is where this deck shines. The rest is just to aggressively push our opponent so that when this combo actually does go off, our opponent is already pretty much dead. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.